Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Star. Thank you so much for joining me for today's video. Today we are going to do a Booktube Newbie Tag, though technically I'm not a Booktube newbie, though I haven't posted in a while, so I kind of feel like one, but let's get on with today's tag. Question number 1 says, why Booktube and why did you start your channel? Well, I started this Booktube channel a whopping 12 years ago, which is why technically I'm not a newbie. But I started this channel because I love books. I love talking about books and I love reading books. And honestly, I don't have a lot of people in my life who enjoy books as much as I do. And I just resorted to the internet and Booktube in particular. And I found like-minded people, and that's why I started my channel, so that I can talk about books and share my love of books with people on the internet. Question number 2 says, what fun and unique things can you bring to Booktube? And honestly, I feel that my perspective is a little unique and my taste in books is unique. I enjoy all types of books. I read a wide range of genres. I don't really stick to any one genre, and I feel like that is something I can bring differently to Booktube. There's a lot of people who just stick to only one genre, whereas I'm open to trying all kinds of new stories. Question number 3 asks, what are you most excited about for your channel? And honestly, I'm just excited to talk about books. I miss talking about books to like-minded people a whole lot, so I'm excited to share my different perspectives and listening to other people's perspectives, and yeah. Question number 4 asks, why do you love reading? And honestly, reading is a form of escapism for me, and I actually have a tendency to get attached to some of my characters, and sometimes I see them as real people. So sometimes when I read a new book and I enjoy the story so much and I love the characters so much, I see it as gaining new friends. Call that crazy if you want to. Also, I read such a wide range of things. I see reading as a way to experience new things and experience new adventures and learning new ideas. So that's why I love reading. Question number 5 asks, what book or what book series got you into reading? And honestly, I've been a reader since before I can remember, but I do remember key titles that I absolutely loved as a child, and some of those books are Matilda. I love Matilda still to this day, the book and the movie. Harry Potter, of course, and also Harriet the Spy was another one of my childhood favorites. So when I think about reading and what got me into reading, those are probably the first couple of books that really got me excited about reading. The next question asks, what book or book series do you absolutely love? And right now, a book that I absolutely love is Yours Truly by Abby Jimenez. At least I think that's how you say her last name. I'm not entirely sure. But I say that book right now is a book that I love because I actually read it in May of 2023. And at the time that I'm recording this, it is November 2024. And that book is still heavy on my mind. Jacob from Yours Truly is my favorite male character of all time. And he is just so adorable. And then my series that I've read quite recently that I really enjoyed was actually ACOTAR, A Court of Thorns and Roses. It is one of my first dabbles into romantasy. It is a new genre for me, and I was pleasantly surprised that I enjoy that series very much. Recent is a close second to being my favorite male character. The next question asks, what questions would you ask your favorite booktubers? And there are 2 booktubers in particular that come to mind. The first one is Emmy Rossum or Rossum. I'm not entirely sure how to say her last name, but I found her channel in June or July of this year, and I would ask her how or what does it feel like to get through so many books at one time? Like, I love her energy. I love her passion for reading. It's very contagious, and she is such a fast reader. Naturally, she's a fast reader, and she can get through about 20 books a month on a good month. And I think she probably read maybe something like 200 books this year alone already. So I would just want to know, what is it like to speed read through so many books and to still be able to recall plot, characters, details, all this information? Is just so fascinating to me. That is the question I would love to ask her. The next booktuber that I'm really enjoying at the moment is Reagan from Bruce Projects. I've actually been following her for quite a while. I just love her cozy vibe, but I want to ask her, where does she get her book recommendations from? Because a lot of the books that she shows in her vlogs are books that I either haven't heard of or I haven't seen, and I would just want to know, like, where does she get her book recommendations? Because a lot of those books seem to be really, really good. The next question asks, what challenges of starting a booktube channel would be the hardest to overcome? And for me, that would be remaining consistent and not getting burned out, and not being discouraged. And I would just need to remember why I started the channel in the first place, and that is to talk about books, because talking about books makes me happy. The next question asks, when did you start reading? And I might have talked about this earlier, but I started reading at the normal, the usual age of maybe 4 or 5, and I haven't stopped reading since. There hasn't really been a time in my life where I wasn't reading. There may have been 2 instances where I had to take breaks from reading because life was pretty hectic, but I've always found my way back to books. So, yeah, you could argue that I've always been a reader. The next question asks, where do you read? And I will read wherever it is reasonably quiet and there's a book present. So I will read in my office, which is where we are now. I will read in the living room on my couch. I will read in bed. I'll read at the dining room table. I'll read in my car. Sometimes I like to park in a parking lot somewhere and eat lunch. I guess, long story short, I'll read just about anywhere. Next question asks, what kind of books do you like to read? Well, I will read just about anything that I find interesting. I love all types of different stories, so I will read thriller, suspense, mostly fiction, a little bit of nonfiction. If I do read nonfiction, most of the time it's historical or self-help stuff. I like autobiographies, but as far as fiction goes, I'll read a little bit of romance. Like I mentioned earlier, I just started dabbling into romantasy a little bit, and I like it so far. I've dipped my toe into horror. Stephen King and is where I will go mostly, but I am open to trying new types of horror. But yeah, I'll read just about anything that sparks my interest. And last question says, what does your book collection look like? Well, it's not very impressive. Over the years, I've unhauled quite a bit of books that I just knew I wasn't going to read again, or books that I've outgrown and I've lost interest in. And over the years, I've stopped purchasing a whole lot of books unless they were my absolute favorite books ever, and I'm rebuying them because I lost them or something happened to them for whatever reason. So I haven't really been growing my book collection. I've mostly just been unhauling it, but my book collection consists of a lot of different types of fiction, a little bit of nonfiction. I have quite a few biographies actually on my shelves. I'm looking at my shelf right now and it's pretty pitiful, which is why I don't even want to show it. But I'm a huge advocate of the library. I love getting my books from the library, and I use my Libby app for my phone and my Kindle. So my book collection, I think I'm in the process of trying to make sure my book collection is a reflection of me, and I want my book collection to be comprised of books that I absolutely positively love. yeah. So that's it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. If you made it this far into the end, you can either leave me a book emoji or leave your favorite book down below, like your favorite book title. And I will definitely catch you in the next one. And thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.